In today's adventure, we have another group meetup ride, and this one is going to take place actually on a military training campground that's not too far from my house here. I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. More specifically, it's called Camp Shelby, but it's so cool. I went out there whenever they were scouting the route out, rode it with them and everything, and it's so cool. You got all these like training grounds, you got tanks right over the hills, you get stuck behind convoys. It is super awesome, so I hope you stick through this ride because I think we're going to see some really cool stuff. Now, we have a 90% chance of rain today. Not too sure how much that's really gonna hit. It looks kind of spotty, but anyways, we're gonna get out there no matter what, right? One thing I want to share with you, talking about the 90% chance of rain we have today. Tomorrow we were supposed to follow today's ride. Now we're getting confused. We were supposed to follow today's ride up with some single track, but again, since the rain is probably get washed out a little bit, so we went yesterday and did some single track. I took the 300L out. Let me tell you what, guys, this little bike can take a beating. Talking about a beating. My windshield busted. My mirror over here ripped right out of the threads. Both my hand guards, now these are only little $13 hand guards off Amazon, but they busted, bent my brake lever, my clutch lever. I went down twice. It was quite rough. Kind of wish I had footage, right? But anyway, sometimes it's nice to turn off the cameras and just focus on the ride, and that's what I did. But I wanted to let you guys know, again, it was some serious single track, some deep water, some mud, some slick mud, and the 300L got through everything. No matter what I put it through, it got through it with ease, and it again took a beating. But of course, with today's ride being mainly fire roads, a little easier riding, not single track, I am going to be taking out the Africa Twin. So I hope you stick around for this ride right here. There's no telling what we're gonna see, if we're gonna get lightning storms and downpour out there, or we're gonna get stuck behind convoys or see tanks or whatever. I don't know if they're doing training out there right now, but last time they were, so again, we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, the roads are still pretty cool, so grab a snack, sit down, and we're just gonna go for a fun ride today. So you're about to start the ride, and as you can see, we got a pretty nice turnout here. Bunch of 300Ls, some big KTMs, nice little mixture, and a pretty good turnout. So here we go. Everybody is fueled up. We're heading out to the trails. I think we got a little short stint of road to get there. Nothing major by any means. I think the weather turned out a lot better than we expected. Maybe we'll get a little bit of sprinkles later on or something, but nothing bad by any means. Really awesome turnout here. Super excited for this route. And now we are on the dirt. Absolutely love it. This is my kind of riding right here. I know it's nothing crazy, nothing extreme, but these, you know, back fire roads, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a little cutoff here and there, but I just love this. It's not too stressful, still, you know, keeps you on a little bit of an edge. Just really, really nice riding. Oh, wow. Good mercy. A little washout there, kind of bumpy. A little bit of dust kicking up, not too much dust today. It's because of a little bit of rain we had earlier in the week, so not too bad. What is bad though is my dang glasses keep fogging up. You know, for us glasses wearers, motorcycle riders with glasses, it's like there's no win really, you know what I mean? You either your visor's fogging up or your glasses are fogging up. Even though I got the pin lock and I use anti-fog wipes and stuff, it's kind of like there's really no winning. Good night. This thing is so washed out here. I gotta turn my traction control down. It feels like it's skipping along. But again, there's like no winning, you know? It's like, okay, now my glasses are fogged. Then my visor fogs. I put a pin lock in it and it still fogs. It's like, oh, geez, if you're a glasses wearer and you ride motorcycles, please let me know the trick if you got any. So as you're seeing out here, we got all this open road, kind of big, right? 2-lane right here. But you really want to be careful on stuff like this, and hopefully you get to see some of it today, but I'm not too sure if we're actually at that point yet. But again, last time I was out here, there'd be convoys coming the other way, or you get stuck behind an actual military training convoy, you know, so you kind of get in that other lane, and then it's like, oh shoot, oh, convoy coming in, and you know, they're training. You don't want to be the one, you know, hold them up, get in our way and stuff. Even though these are, you know, public roads, we are allowed to be out here. I think that is, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that sign that said warning, entering Camp Shelby training, military training ground or whatever. So anyways, I had it wrong back there. We were not on it yet, watching out for the convoys. Now we are on it, so hopefully we end up seeing some pretty cool stuff out here. But most importantly, these roads are just a blast. Again, you got the trees out here and everything, and you know, nice roads. It's just a fantastic ride. Now you all are probably noticing that I am sitting down a lot more than I usually do whenever I ride.
That is because, again, I am incredibly sore, and I got that wicked bruise on my right leg, so sitting down is quite nice. Still not my preferred method, because again, when it starts getting loose, it gets wishy-washy on the front and the back, and I just don't like that, so that's why I stand up. But again, right now we're keeping a pretty good pace, staying around the 40 miles an hour mark. Pretty comfortable pace. It's a nice pace. That's what I like rolling at, is like right around there, 40, 50, right? Pretty nice, comfortable, manageable pace, even for the twin. That last video I showed you, we were kind of like down into the low 20s. You know, lucky to hit 30, if even. That's when it, again, not very comfortable on the Africa Twin, but this is perfecto. And on top of it, the ride, the roads, the scenery right here is fantastic. Really nice, and starting to get bumpy, so I'm going to stand up a bit here. That's one thing I don't like, is coming into some turns. Now this is, of course, a really wide, you know, easy turn, but some of the slightly tighter turns, going into them, and the gravel starts getting a little looser in there, because of course the gravel is going to shift on the turns, right? Those are what get me a little shaky in the knees, so I maybe tap the brake a little bit here and there just to get through them. Like some of them, like that, you can see it's a little compact, nothing too bad. Coming out to this one, and again, I just watch like all the way up where that other biker's in front of me, however freaking far that is. That's kind of where I always keep my eyes on. Leaf River Wildlife Management Area. Another group up. Make sure everyone catches up. Don't leave anyone behind. I don't know if you all just saw that on the camera, swiveling across the road, that snake. I mean, he had his head up and everything. I don't know, like, when you're on your motorcycle, you see a snake, if they get startled, will they jump up and, like, get a bite out of you? I don't know. Are they just kind of like, whatever, minding their business, crossing the road? I don't know. I've passed a bunch, and, you know, I never really have time to focus on it, but I was just curious. Will a snake jump up and bite you when you're on your motorcycle if you drive past it, or do they just, again, keep to themselves? Holy moly. Look at that thing with the missiles on the back. Wowzers. I gotta lift my visor, I'm fogging up. Check that out. Holy smokes. Wow. I'm trying to like look over there and everything, as of course the rocks right here just got super deep. Oh geez. I think they do like flyover, like practice firing range, like they're, oh look at that, that's like a whole, that's like something you see out of Call of Duty or Rainbow Six Siege or something. Look at that, the what'd you call it, with the shipyard with the crates. Yeah, that's so cool. So let's see what else we have out here. Again, it's so cool. Sometimes you get stuck behind these convoys. Okay, so this is like a tower where I guess they watch the training. Yeah, out there, I don't know if I can get you guys a view. And you can see that whole ground out there, so they can see, I don't know, soldiers, vehicles, something, no idea, but it's super cool. So right here they got an optional single track. You can see the guys in the dual sport are going to take it, which is going to zip right around there. Last time I took my 300L out there, it's nothing crazy by any means, and I could do it, there's a little bit of rain, but I'm going to go ahead and take the original route right here. But you can see there's a single track, and we're going to butt up right up here. Get single back in. I don't know how many people are going to go. I'd love to see what bikes are going to actually take it. Here they come. Watch them right here. Try to keep up with them and see what they're doing. Nice. So cool. So cool. Yeah, they are cooking out there. How cool is that? Over here riding the adventure bike on the gravel road. Over there kicking up some single track. Really cool. Now, let me focus on the road here. Oh, this is the end right here. This is where the meetup at, this parking lot right here. As you can see, the leader of the pack here took the single track and he went down over one of the humps. Mud all over him, down from the bottom up to the top. Looks good. So that's what's really cool about riding up here in DeSoto Forest, or again the Camp Shelby area. As you saw back there, some of the fellows went and did some single track. Now that single track area goes on forever. Like they just cut on and off just for a fun little, you know, 5-minute detour. But again, that single track goes on for much longer. That was the plan for tomorrow, actually, to do this ride, and then right back there where we stopped, that was going to be where the single track ride was. But again, since there's supposed to be, they say 90% chance of rain, it's pretty stinking gorge out here if you ask me. But it's so, the elevation out here results in a lot of puddles at the bottom of some of the trails, so that's why that was canceled. Hence the reason I went and rode yesterday and got all beat up. But I'm feeling good right now. I think now, after I woke, you know, you go to sleep and, you know, all that soreness just kind of consolidates into that area. You're like, oh geez. But then when you get up, start moving and everything, you're golden, good to go. I don't even feel it right now, you know what I mean? Yo, I just had a bee stuck in my jacket right here. I was wondering, I was like, yo, something really stings. I had a bee in my jacket, he just flew out. Oh my gosh, yo, that burns. Oh my gosh, I was wondering, like, nah, maybe it was just hot, getting a little burnt. Oh my goodness, yo, a bee got stuck right in there, and oh, yo, oh, it's gonna start swelling up and stinging. Okay, hold on, went into that a little. Oh geez, right after, just before that, I was just saying, oh yeah, I'm feeling great. You know, I don't feel any of the pain from yesterday's dual single track ride or anything. Nothing's bothering me at all. Bam, bee sting right in my jacket. Like, what the heck? What kind of luck is that, right? Makes me want to put these vents up. Gosh, I love the vents down on his jacket because it just lets all the air circulate through. Alpine Star Venture R. Love this thing, and it's under 200 bucks actually. Link down in the description, of course, right? I love taking my turns on the inside, as you guys probably catch throughout my ride in here, rather than on top where it's flat. Take it in, it kind of just, again, with the weight of the bike, just rides into it, you know what I mean? I know it's probably not the best, especially with this being 2 lanes here, but again, I got 6 bikes in front of me or so, 5 bikes. I'm sure they'll give us a heads up. So we just stopped for lunch and now we're getting back on the road. But as you guys can see, if you can see upwards a little bit, the clouds are starting to darken up a little bit. Looking at the radar, we have some serious rain coming in, roughly around 2 to 3. Starts in the green, gets to the yellow, and then around like 3 o'clock it gets to that red, that dark red stuff. So 12:35 right now, so you're thinking we got 2 hours. I'm not too sure how much longer we're gonna be on the road until that rain comes, but we lost, I think, 2 or 3 people. They didn't want to ride in the rain. Of course, you came out here for the ride, I'm gonna ride it, right? If I need to go slower, I go slower. The only thing that might happen, I think, if it starts raining big time, is I'll have to take this GoPro off that you're seeing right now, because I'm mic'd up, and when you're mic'd up on it, well, I got the media mod on, and when you put the media mod on the GoPro, you lose your waterproof ability on the GoPro. So if it gets that bad, I'll have to take it off. You guys can see this little deal I put up here, got this little case around it. This is the first day I've used it, so if it starts raining real bad, what I'll do is just loosen that up, spin it around, and get that some cool face forward, and we'll just, you know, maybe record some of that. I don't know how this is going to perform my inner nerd side. I'll tell you, my worry about it is, you know, you're going glass. I mean, GoPro's got decent clarity, nothing amazing, but decent. But now I'm putting this stinking plastic over it. That's kind of, you know, is it going to make that quality look even worse is my concern. So we'll have to see. I've been using it as far as the face cam out here, but that's the option, you know, because I can't run a mic into it. If you say, why don't I put this on my helmet then? Well, I can't run a mic into that. Uh-oh, easy there. Holy moly. What just happened there? But I have ridden in some serious rain before. Not off-roading, all on-road. like wicked rain, so I understand the rain, but of course, how much will this stuff slicken up is the question. You know, I look at it as a learning, right? A learning situation. Like when I first started riding motorcycles, I didn't want to ride in the rain at all. So what I did is when it was just sprinkling out or just lightly raining, I'd go out and ride. And I gradually moved up. When it would start pouring, I would just go for a ride when it was pouring, right? And now I can care less about riding in the rain, you know? So just kind of getting used to it, training yourself. And I think that's what I could need off-road. That'd be real beneficial. I wanted to stop here real quick and show you all this area. As you can see, they have these little training huts right here. All these little things, like they actually look like mud huts. Like how stinking crazy is that? Look at that. This is nuts, right? Look at that. I was like, it actually looks like a Hollywood movie, right? But it's just those training things. I mean, just check this out. Look at this. That is so, it's done out so good. It looks like a movie set, but it's just their training ground. Convoy, look at what I tell you. Oh, Jiminy, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Look at that. Yo, that's so cool. I can't focus. I'm trying to look at the convoy and I'm not, you know, I'm looking the opposite way. So my head, I'm like, ah! I'm trying to get footage and look at that. Yo, that's so cool. Awesome. Nerding out here. Nerd alert, right? It's so cool. It's foggy or dusty. That was cool. Last time we were out here, they were like lines of like 6 or 8 vehicles and they were going both ways and we got stuck behind one and stuff. So cool. But it's hard. You gotta like, all right, let me get to my side of the road. No, the gravel's loose right there and I'm in a turn. No. It's funny. All right, here comes the rain.
So I am home, and as you can hear, it is raining, it is thundering. I mean, it was just storming out there. You're on a bike, right? So you're out in the elements, and it just feels like you're in a stinking hurricane rather than even it could be drizzling. You know what I mean? But no, it was actually raining pretty good. Actually, where we drove into the starting point that I showed you, the Flint Creek, this big, massive tree ripped out of the ground and was across the road actually, so all the traffic had to go around, so on and so forth. I didn't have my chin mount on because I had to take it off when it started raining, because once you put media mod on for the mic, you don't have waterproof anymore. So anyways, I took that off, so I couldn't get much of that footage, which I apologize. Again, the ride got cut a little bit short, but we still got some time on the trail when it was raining, so that was a really good experience. I wanted to really dabble with that, and the Africa Twin did phenomenal on it. It did great. The tires did great, you know what I mean? No wishy-washy, nothing. I had the traction control kicked up a little bit more. The issue I had was, this light is like shining off my bald head. Is that better? We're gonna go with that, right? It's just like ding! But anyways, the issue I had was my glasses, like they just fog up, right? On my helmet, I got the pin lock, right? So then I got to crack it, then my glasses are wet, and then it's this cycle, right? It's just horrible. So I had to ride a lot of times with my visor like cracked up to here. So let me know if you got any tips or tricks for that, for glasses wear, ride a motorcycle, not just when it's raining, anytime, right? When it's hot to cold, so on and so forth. I've tried everything. I got pin locks, anti-fog wipe, my glasses, and my screen on the helmet, and nothing seems to work. So if you got a tip or trick, please let me know down in the comments, because I really need something. I've tried so many options and I just can't find the perfect solution. The other thing I need to start doing, which this is funny because I always do this, it makes me chuckle at least, right? So I'm looking at the radar. I'm like, all right, rain's coming. I told you guys, hey, rain's coming. It looks like 2 or 3 o'clock or something. Rain's going to be coming, right? I got rain gear, pants, even though my pants are already waterproof, but anyways, my jacket, I'm like, I'll put it on whenever it starts raining, right? And it starts raining, we're riding, I'm like, okay, well, I can't put my rain gear on. And I do it all the time, even when I'm not on the trail, just if I'm on the highway or something, So I need to get better at that. Let me know if you're like that as well. So I'm like, no, I just put it on whenever it starts raining, then I'll need it. Maybe the rain's not gonna come. But what I'm gonna start doing is when I see that rain and I stop, all right, it's gonna be here at 2 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock now. I'm just gonna put it on. I am gonna put it on. Let me know if you're like that as well, right? Like we got all this gear, everything's set right here, but it's like, maybe I just don't need it, you know? But all in all, thank you so much for coming along for this adventure. Sorry I had to get cut short and kind of piece the footage a little bit. Again, the rain cut us not too much. We didn't cut too much out, you know, but again, I had to kind of reduce that right there. The tanks and all that cool stuff that I thought was going to be there wasn't out this time, which is a stinker, but at least we got some really cool scenery, got to see some other cool bikes and ride with some really cool people. So it was a real blast, and I hope you guys enjoyed the adventure as well. So again, thank you so much for coming along for this one. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you on the next adventure. Bye now.